And we are live here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the NSRA, the People Against Distracted Driving Sunday Select Series here tonight, brought to us by Roy Grande, who really wants you to text your mother and remind her or call her that you miss her. Ladies and gentlemen, though, we'd like to welcome you all in here on a Sunday night. It is the Talladega Super Speedway, the 2.65-mile plate track that everybody loves. We're going to see them stacked up here tonight because it is a bunch of experienced drivers. Let me take a quick peek. It looks like roughly about 38 drivers currently have logged into the server, and there is still some time, race fans, for a lot of these new guys to get out here and kind of join the action here on a Sunday night. This is the final recruitment race of the season for the NSRA boys. Well, so all the new guys, we like to welcome you here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. All season, you're going to be right alongside me here. We'll be KR Stolfus. Unfortunately, he is not with me here in the booth tonight, so it is Muth bringing you all the action here from this big lonely track, because as you can see, race fans, with the pandemic that's going on in the United States, there are no fans in the stands here other than the people that are turning in here on YouTube, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you come back next week and find out what happens in the season opener. But first, we got to get through this final recruitment race tonight. And looking at it right now, Paul Servant is at the top of the leaderboard with a 46.812. That's an average mile an hour around this day, or this Talladega Super Speedway, of right around 199.8 miles an hour. So that boy was moving in that number 3 car. Daniel Holloway has the second fastest time with his Candyman machine, and then it's going to be Lynn McNeese third. Gary Whitmer Jr. is fourth on the speed charts, and Stacy Bedard is sitting there, P number 5 currently. Just 2 minutes left here in the practice session before we head to qualifying. It'll be 2 laps when we get to qualifying. 5 minutes, fastest man going to walk away with the pole here this Sunday night. Taking a quick look of the other drivers that are out there, it looks like we got 3 Johnsons out there. They're going to be hard to kind of deal with here tonight. Jesse Unruh, David Anderson, Roy Grande, J.D. Crow, and how about Osborne? He's out there. Brandon Herden is here. DJ Mitzel. There's a lot of the heavy gunners here. Wilder and his 91 machine will be out there tonight. Russell McCarron is also here. Pondo Co. just logging into the server, so he'll try and get a lap turn here before we head into the qualifying session. But as we get closer and closer to the qualifying session for this race here tonight, we're going to step away. We're going to get our national anthem played, and we will be right back here to the Talladega Super Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
And welcome back here, race fans, to the Talladega Super Speedway here tonight for the NSRA final recruitment race of the season, brought to us tonight by Roy Grande. We got to thank Roy for everything he does for the NSRA boys. And, well, he is out here tonight. We'll see if we can catch up with Roy a little bit later on. He is not quite out onto the track. One of the first drivers out on track, though, will be this man right here. It is going to be tonight, driven by the 23 by Russell McCarron. Russell, one of the drivers, is a long-time driver with the NSRA, and tonight he's going to come out here and do battle with the rest of these guys. One of the long-time drivers in the NSRA. It's going to be the number 19 out of Pennsylvania. It'll be Donald Sandusky in this machine. Donald always honoring and remembering his son of Ryan Sandusky. And now he will officially go on the board here tonight for the first of 2 laps. You're going to catch that. Sandusky's going to go up there and ride the high line around just like every other one of these drivers. See if he can get a little more speed built up in that number 19 Chevrolet ZL1 Camaro tonight. Looks like the 25 here, tonight's premier sponsor, driving the PADD car, the People Against Distracted Driving. Going to be Roy Grande coming out on track with a brand new paint scheme on that car for this season. A lot of first-time unveilings for a lot of these drivers tonight of their cars and the paints that they've been working on all season long. Times are starting to roll in here. On the timing and scoring right now, it is showing that the 22 here of John Johnson is at the top of our leaderboard. It doesn't stay that way very long. A lot of other drivers coming across the line. You know, we talked about the 23 of McCarron. Russell is now at the top of the board. But how about this man? Always driving the Rockstar machine. He is sitting, well, he was sitting second when we went to talk about him, but it is going to be Jesse Unruh here in the Rockstar 133 ZL1 Camaro. He is always one of those competitors that you're going to have to deal with at the end of the night, one way or another. He is sitting currently in the 4th position. Wilder back in Child. It's the Wild Child 91 here. The JDS Motorsports Ford Mustang. Wilder right now on his second official timed lap here tonight. See where he's going to be able to shake in. John Johnson back to the top of the leaderboards as he comes across to finish his second lap of the night. Let's watch Wilder. He has 1 lap already in the book. This is going to be his second timed lap as he comes across the line. Remember, it's not in the tri-oval. It's all the way down here, almost halfway into turn number 1. Wilder going to come across the line. He'll jump up to the 9th quickest position for the 91 of Wilder. Anderson. Here comes the famous Dave's 44 on his second timed lap, currently sitting in the 22nd position down there below the yellow line. It is a perfectly legal move here in qualifying for a lot of these drivers. Where does famous Dave in the 44 car come across the line? It was 22nd all the way up to the 3rd position. Paul Servant, though, right now in his Oreo ZL1 Camaro is currently sitting P number 1 on the timing and scoring. It's Servant, then Donald Sandusky, and David Anderson. Roy Grande back here. It looks like he has 1 timed lap in, and this should be the 2nd timed lap with just under a minute to go here in qualifying tonight. The 25 of Grande going to come back across the line and see where he's able to slot himself into what looked like a little bit of a wiggle coming off that tri-oval. It's 29th on the first lap, good enough for 25th on the second lap for the number 25 of Roy Grande. Sean Stevens in the 27 is out here in his Kia Rotary machine. Sitting in the 23rd position. It looks like he has both his timed laps currently in. 24, Stacy Bedard is out here tonight. See if he's able to top these boys. It looks like this will be the first timed official lap for the driver of the 24 tonight. So he is officially on the board here now in the 31st position. I don't believe. No, he will not. With 6 seconds left to go, that's going to end qualifying right there, as there's no other driver out there on the track that's going to be able to put in a track time. So that's how they're going to line them up. Paul Servant will take the pole here with Donald Sandusky rounding out our front row tonight. Well, before we take to the grid here, race fans, we got to thank everybody for tuning in here on Sunday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate everybody. Tonight, it's the NSRA. It's going to be the People Against Distracted Driving Sunday Select Series coming next week. But tonight, this is the final recruitment race. This is, I don't want to say for all the marbles in the offseason, because really there's not much other than just pride out here tonight for a lot of these drivers. We're waiting for a couple more of these drivers to take to the grid here tonight. Who do you think is going to win it, race fans? Because they are getting all ready. They're almost all to the grid here to take us around this track. And as they're just about ready, let's take you through your starting lineup. This is how they're going to line up here tonight from the Talladega Superspeedway. Row number 1 looks like this. It's the 3 of Paul Servant, nosing, edging by, look at that, not much over Donald Sandusky. That's your front row. Row number 2 here tonight, it's going to be the 44 of David Anderson. Right alongside him in row number 2, it'll be the 8 of Dana Osborne. Row number 3, it'll be the 133 of Jesse Unruh. And then how about that? It's going to be the 22 of John Johnson. Row number 4, it'll be another one of the Johnson boys. It'll be the 388 there of Douglas Johnson. Pondo Coe going to line up there, or Michael Coe, in the number 9 car tonight. Row number 5 looks like this. It's David Pollock. And right next to him, it's the man that looks like he's from the Civil War, the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 6, it's going to be the Hershey man. It's going to be Daniel Holloway in the 21 with Peter Bailey in the 603 with his hot wife out there keeping track of him tonight. Row number 7, it'll be the 23 of Russell McCarron, and then it's going to be the wild child of Wilder in the 91 machine. Row number 8, it's going to be the 32 of Jeffrey Goff. James Day will line up next to him in the 98 machine. Les Levy on row number 9 with Brandon Hurdon in the 133 machine, or 131 machine. Starting on row number 10, it'll be the 84 of Lynn McNeese and J.R. Johnson in the 37 machine. Row number 11 here tonight, it'll be the 02 of David Overstreet and Michael Whitaker in the 41 machine. Row number 12 tonight, David Booth in the 77 and Sean Stevenson in the 27 machine. Wayne Finley scheduled to roll off in the 13th row along with Roy Grande. 14th row, Joe Saunders, Rick Greenaway in the 151. Row 15, Gary Whitmer Jr. and David Gainforth. Row 16 here tonight, it's going to be Stacy Beddard and A.J. McCarron. Rolling off on row 17 here tonight, it'll be the 46 of J.D. Crow. Not sure what's going on with those race cars. We'll see if it clears up here real quick. Russell Hancock scheduled to roll off in the 17th row. See how it is all going to unfold here tonight, race fans. That's your starting lineup here tonight. Everybody a little spread out here, starting to work our way to that front stretch here where it's going to be the long crawl as they come off turn number 4. Pace car will dive to the left-hand side, and it will wind up going down pit road. We will turn these boys loose. 60 laps going to be the distance here tonight. 38 drivers will take the green flag officially. It looks like everybody has been in their car, is in their car, and they will take the green flag here tonight. The long drive through this tri-oval is a grueling stretch, to say the most. Green flag officially waving in the air. We are green flag racing tonight, brought to us by Roy Grande, who reminds you to call your mother and tell her you love her. All these boys love their mama here tonight. The question is going to be who's going to thank their mom in victory lane as they are side by side. Still for the lead here is Paul Servant. Donald Sandusky storming through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, they will come for the first time here tonight. And everybody's still trying to find their dancing partner so far. Working lap 1 here of the 60 scheduled tonight. And it looks like Sandusky's going to get a really good push off the nose there of that Osborne number 8 Chevrolet. And he will jump down to the inside in front of Paul Servant. So now Sandusky's going to look off turn 4. Will he be able to come back here as, ooh, who is that? As the 133 there of Unruh, the Rockstar machine. He was down below the yellow line, but finds a home back upside. It looked like Sandusky was going to lead the first lap, but it's going to be Paul Servant on the outside. He started on the pole. He's going to lead lap number 1 here tonight. So just like that, 1 lap in the books. Only another 59 laps here to go, just like that. Paul Servant still leading the way, as it looks like there's a little bit of a gap back here. I believe Lynn McNeese in the 17th position is kind of just pulling it up here. Actually, it's the 18th position. There's Day also in that 98 machine. Whitaker a little bit farther back, about a half second. He is leading this second pack of drivers. Right now, they're just probably trying to stay out of trouble here in the early stages. There you see that second pack. It looks like Whitaker and Stevenson, Stevenson's is just kind of just hanging there in 19th and 20th, kind of almost in the no man's land. Who's going to lead lap number 2 at the line? Give it once again to the 8 there of Osborne. He is going to lead lap number 2 so far. He leads the second lap. Paul Servant is actually the leader from lap number 1. They just kind of flip-flop the positions a little bit. Now the question being, will John Johnson get a good push there off of Pondo Coe's nose in that number 9? And will he be able to lead a lap here, or will it be that inside lane of that duo so far who have led the first 2 laps of this event here tonight? Oh, somebody down off the apron there. Oh, Holloway going to make contact. They're going to go. Wilder's going to go down pit road. It looks somebody else is down there along with them. It looks like that is going to be the 36 there of David Pollock. He's going to have to take the tow right down to pit road, and that's going to put us under caution for the first time here tonight. He was not the only one involved in that one. A couple of his other driver competitors were involved in that. We're going to have to back it up here in just a moment and see exactly what happened out of turn 4. There we already see it all unfold. Dave's down there. Oh, the 04 Mark Mann was involved. I see him spinning in the Batman machine. Hits the inside wall pretty hard. He was able to drive away. As looks like the 41 there, Whitaker also involved, as there was more going on after that yellow came out there. You see, it looks like that is the 7-11 machine of Stephen Herman. We didn't see exactly what happened on the initial. Let's throw it back here. This is on the replay again. There you see, going to see the 21 up against the wall in the Hershey Kiss machine. Down the track he comes. They all scatter down to the inside. But what kind of happens up front here? Oh, the 32 and the 20 get together. And that kind of is what's going to collect everybody. Herman comes on in there. You know, I think he was listening to that Miley Cyrus song. It came in like a wrecking ball just a little bit. Then the 5 has nowhere to go. Gary Whitmer Jr. So that's what all really unfolds back here. See what really happens. Let's see if we can go over top here from our blimp camera. Let's zoom it out just a little bit and find what all unfolds. This was actually coming down the backstretch yet. So this is all down the backstretch. You see everybody starting to tighten up as they came down into turn number 3. Mark Mann at the front of the field here. It kind of all starts up front here. Let's watch it from over top. The outside lane checks up just a little bit. Mann checks up, but Holloway doesn't. Holloway into the back of him. Holloway tried to stay out of him again, up into the outside catch fence. And then the caution wasn't out just yet, and then everything started to unfold down here towards the tri-oval. So a couple of these guys going to have to go to a quick repair here in the early couple laps of this one here at Talladega. Couple guys playing a little bit different strategy here. A couple guys have come down pit road. A couple guys have elected to stay out. Donald Sandusky stays out in his 19 machine, so he'll take over the lead. Joe Sanders also going to stay out here, and it looks like, is it Josh Lansdale also in his machine? He will stay out in that 357 machine. Just taking a quick look to see what we have here. Well, let's take a look and see what Todd Poston is talking about just very quick here. Well, what does Todd got going on? Looking at it, looks pretty good, but we're just keeping an eye on her. Having a lot of internet connections here in Pennsylvania as of late. We're keeping an eye on that. So Donald Sandusky out front here. Joe Sanders is second. Paul Servant right now showing to be in the third position. He did come down for a splash and go. John Johnson. Then it's Josh Lansdale, Jesse Unruh. Douglas Johnson sitting in the 7th position. Les Levy in 8th. Daniel Holloway in 9th. And Lynn McNeese rounding out the top 10 here on this little bit of a... We'll call it just the warm-up lap. Looks like the 7 of Sanders will come down pit road here. So he kind of turns everything over. Believe we should see the 1 to go marker possibly this time by. So Lonely down on pit road will be the 7 there. Let's see what the iRacing pace car lights do when we get across the start-finish line. Looks like the iRacing pace car lights will stay on here for just another lap. So while they stay on, let's see if we can just talk to the man, the driver of the 21, Daniel Holloway. Daniel, you got a copy of Smooth up here at the booth? Oh, wait. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Well, how is it out there? A little contact there coming out of turn number 4. Tell us what happened out there.
The outside line got a little checkup. Hondo said he got a little hot, and I couldn't have enough time to check up enough, and I was going to the outside to make a 3 wide in a way to avoid hitting him, but just touched him and then tried to stay off of him, caught the wall, and that wall wants to grab you, and next thing you know, we both kind of hit each other again. But then I think there was actual wreck behind us after that once we got settled in.
Yeah, so an unfortunate early stage, not stage, but early stages of this race, little beating and banging out there. How beat up is that 21 machine? Did you have to use a quick repair at all?
Yeah, I had to use a fast one there. But we got 2 for tonight, so still in the top 10. I want to get this Hershey Kisses up to the front by the end of the race.
Well, by the end of the night, it's not far to go, my friend. It's 8th position for you currently. We'll get you back down there. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we won't have to talk to you till the end.
Yeah, hopefully in a good way on this time.
All right, well, there you heard it from the driver of the 21 of Daniel Holloway in his Hershey Kisses machine. The top lane just kind of checked up, he said, and unfortunately took a couple of the competitors with that top lane. But, hey, we all make mistakes. We saw it today in the iRacing event that was hosted over on Fox. You know, a couple of them guys who are professionals. Took them a couple laps to get all settled in and getting acquainted with each other. And, well, maybe tonight, as this is the final recruitment race here for the Sunday Select Series. Next Sunday night, actually, they come live for the first race of the season with K.R. Stolfus on the call, and I'll be joining the magical Stolfus in the booth with him. A lot of the same drivers you see here tonight, like J.D. Crow, A.J. McCarron, Stephen Herman, Russell Hancock, G.J. Mitzel, Poston, Whitmer Jr., a lot of those guys. How about Peter Bailey? They'll be back on Monday night after we get through the recruitment race here. They just wanted to give a couple of the fans, a couple of the drivers that they appreciate, you know, a little bit of an airtime broadcast here tonight. And that's exactly what we're doing as the iRacing pace car lights officially do go off here at the Talladega Super Speedway. So we're going to take, it looks like, about a 65-mile-an-hour cruise around this super speedway behind the iRacing Mustang, who is probably actually what is really slowing these cars down here tonight. So we know it's just the first stages of the of this race here in the first couple of laps, but who do you got, race fans? You still got everybody, it looks like, except for Dave Anderson left in this one. It looks like Paul Locke is down currently 1 lap, but back out there on track, so he is the only driver 1 lap down. 37 drivers to pick from, race fans. Who do you have? Who is your favorite? Who do you think could win tonight's race? Do you think Donald Sandusky can stay out front here tonight in the Remembering Ryan 19? Is it Paul Servant in his Oreo machine? Is it Jesse Unruh in the Rockstar machine? How about, is it any of the JDS Motorsports group? Can any of those guys come up here and win? How about Les Levy? David Overstreet, you never know. Roy Grande, Mark Mann, yeah, you saw he had to go back and pull out the backup car, but he is back out there on track, and he will be one of the guys that we're going to have to watch come up through the field. Little sunlight out there on track. It is a late afternoon race here, so the temperatures are actually rather cool. Just an 81-degree track temp today here in Talladega. iRacing pace car gonna dive off here to the left-hand side. Well, there it is. Roy Grande is gonna pull this one out. The C's are gonna split, and he is going to get his first win of the series. Well, we'll have to see. We have a Mark Mann fan out there as they come through the tri-oval here. All 37 drivers getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Green flag officially in the air. These boys are going to come up through the old clunky 4-speed. Looks like Sandusky got a really good start. Servant got a good start, but somebody on that outside lane, I believe, is going to stack them up. We're going to have a big wreck towards the back of the field here. Looks like Russell McCarron Jr. We're getting out. I'm looking at James Day, but Russell McCarron is involved in this one. David Booth is involved. Oh no, is Mark Mann up involved in this one? It looks like that Batman machine might look all right. We'll have to take a closer look back and see what exactly happened, but a couple guys, it looks like Holloway also involved in the Hershey Kiss machine in this one. Well, let's take the gander back here and see what happened here. This is them coming through the tri-oval. Let's go over top of the field here. It does start, I believe, towards the front of this one because you do see Holloway. He is up front. He is the fourth car to the outside lane here on this drop of the green flag on lap number 8. What happens? You see the 358. Looks like he may have missed a gear. And then, oh, it's just on like Donkey Kong from there. Everybody going to wad him up. You see it just stacks the entire field up here. As you see the carnage just about everywhere on that restart. Throw it back just a little bit here. There you see the bump. As it just wants to fix onto that. There you already see a lot of it happen. We're going to have to throw it back once again. As a lot of these drivers just absolutely know where to go. They all pile in. It looks like the 77 is involved down here. That's David Booth. Looks like Wilder in the 91 machine gets it slowed up. The 24 of Stacy is also involved in this one. James Day is involved. Roy Grande, we saw him down there on the apron. He was close. It looks like just a little rear end damage. I'm not sure if he's going to have to use his quick repair here in the early stages or not. We'll have to find out. Still working closer and closer to lap number 10 here tonight. Pit road will be open this time by, though. Will any of your leaders elect to come down? It looks like Sandusky will come down this time. John Johnson, though, going to stay out. He will lead a lap here, most likely, and then bring the 22 down pit road. Everybody else just about down. Looks like Goff will stay out in the 32 machine. Everybody else going to come down. Looking probably at a splash of gas for a lot of these guys. Maybe left side tires. There you see Sandusky's going to take left side tires, and then everybody else is going to race off pit road. Winning the battle off pit road. Looks like it will be Paul Servant, Jesse Unruh, Les Levy, Donald Sandusky, Lynn McNeese. But with a lot of drivers electing to stay out here, it looks like John Johnson, Jerry in the 32 Wrangler machine, Joe Sanders, Josh Lansdale, Paul Servant. Those are your top 5. 4 out of those 5 going to stay out here. As I believe Josh actually had to come down pit road a lap early, so we'll see where timing and scoring is actually going to score him. Well, let's see if we can dial up your leader here. See if we can get a word in with the driver of this 22 of John Johnson. John, you got a copy. It's Muth up here in the booth.
Hey, yeah, man, absolutely. Gotcha.
Well, a little bit of a strategy play here in the first couple stages of this one. You came down on that first yellow, but it looks like this time you're going to stay out here. What's the strategy in the 22 camp here in the early stage?
Strategy really just try to stay in front of the field right now, maybe till we can get this stuff ironed out. But yeah, I was going to pit and top it off with fuel, but decided to stay out, see if this thing will go green for a little while. Knowing my luck, it'll go green, so I'll be needing gas before anybody else.
Yeah, but you're not the only one that's deploying this strategy. It looks like Wayne Finley's out there with the same strategy. Jerry Golf back there is in that same strategy along with Joe Sanders. Are any of those drivers, are you capable of working with any of them if it would come down to having to pit a couple laps sooner than the rest of the gang out there?
Oh, absolutely, man. Push comes to shove here. It really, with me, I work with anybody on the track. Pretty happy to drive around any of these drivers. But got a few of my Joe Sanders. He's one of my teammates back there, and a couple of my other guys in here. I think they all pitted. Those are a little ways back. But I work with whoever I need to keep this 22 up front.
That's good. It's always good to have friends or be willing to work with just about anybody out there. But, John, before we let you go, is there anybody you got to give a shout out? We know it's just the recruiting race here, but it's the final one. Are you pumped up for the season?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the season, man. Last season I had some issues. I had to break away from being in the sim for a little while, so I didn't get to finish out the season where I wanted to. But just want to give a shout out to, Anthony Poston and all those fellas in the NSRA. Man, they do a great job with the Super Speedway League and all the drivers out here. Man, I'm gonna tell you, competitive. A lot of good drivers, and looking forward to getting the season started.
Well, there you heard it from the 22 of John Johnson. He's going to restart here on the front row here on this restart. He is one of the drivers that you're always going to have to deal with. But like he said, he's willing to work with anybody, and that's probably the best kind of strategy to have when you come to these kind of plate tracks. Doesn't matter who you really work with. You just got to get there. You got to be there at the end. You got to be in contentions to win it. And John Johnson right now has himself in contention out front. May not have all of his teammates around him, but you got to make friends when you can, I guess. So right now, John Johnson out front. Jerry Golf is sitting there second. Joe Sanders is third. Paul Servant sitting there now in the fourth position. Wayne Finley is sitting there in the currently scored in the fifth spot, but I'm looking to see how Paul Servant has actually scored ahead of him. A little bit of discrepancy right now on the timing and scoring. We'll see if that sorts itself out or where they will all be scored. Right now, currently, it does look like still have one driver down a lap on the timing and scoring. It looks like the 36 of David Pollock is right now one lap scored behind the field. As remember, he was involved in that first accident. He unfortunately was just a victim of the circumstances, and he was not able to take his car back under its own power. That's how he was scored a lap down, and now it looks like he was tagged in the right rear of that Budweiser 36 machine. That's why he did not get the wave around here under this yellow, so it's going to keep him showing one lap down currently. But one lap down here at Talladega, if a caution flag comes out, as long as you're not in it, you're going to be right back into the thick of things here, battling for a win. So he will restart at the tail end of the field in the 37th position. See if the iRacing pace car lights are going to go off this time. Will we go back to green flag racing here? iRacing pace car lights do go off, so we're going to double them up here. We're going to get ready to go racing in the final race here of this off-season recruiting race. This season for the NSRA will be brought to us by People Against Distracted Driving. Gary Whitmer Jr., helping out with that sponsorship deal with the NSRA. So we got to thank Gary Whitmer for everything he does. And we got to thank tonight's man behind the scenes who is kind of making this all come, so all these drivers could enjoy a little bit. And that's Roy Grande. We got to thank Roy and the 25 machine also for helping put this on tonight. Roy says, by the way, to make sure everybody out there is that watching tonight, to make sure you go call your mother, race fans, and tell her you love her. especially in the time of need like everybody is right now all around the world. It is really, one of those things we all got to come together, family or not. But, I mean, family's going to be a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of guys actually turn to the iRacing platform to think and be together with people. And this kind of racing stuff brings us all together. And just like the NSRA guys right here, it's all one big family. So just remember, go and thank Mom and thank your neighbor. Tell them you all love it. You love them. Just like we love racing, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. Still anybody's ball game. Still trying to work into just a little bit of a groove here tonight at Talladega. See if we can come up through the clunky 4 speeds. Remember, we saw a missed shift there on that last restart. We'll see if everybody's able to come up through the 4 speeds this time. JDS driver of Johnson going to start on the front row with the Wrangler of Jerry Golf. Looks like the 3 of Paul Servant leaving a huge gap between him and that 32 machine. We'll see if they tighten up that outside lane or what's going to happen here. We're waiting for the green flag. Officially the green flag back in the air. We'll see if we can come up through these clunky gearboxes this time. Everybody seems to be pretty good. 2x2s. Everybody's up through the gearboxes. Going for 4th gear right about this part of the track. Everybody up to their 4th gear and trucking here tonight. John Johnson going to lead that inside lane, and that is the 7 of Sanders down there in that orange Toyota machine. That outside lane, though, has a lot of dancers out towards the back. You saw the 21 of Holloway start to try and bob and weave his way through the field here tonight. See if he can get back to the front. New leader here tonight on lap number 13. It'll be the 32 there of Jerry Golf. He's taking the Wrangler machine to the front of the field. Here comes the 3 of Servant, though. Who will win at the start-finish line? Lap number 13 when it is. That outside lane has Jesse Unruh out there pushing. Here comes Sandusky once again at the line. It'll be the 3 of Paul Servant. He will lead this lap. As now, though, he's got that 133 Rockstar machine to the outside. Will he be able to beat Unruh back to the start-finish line? Sandusky is pushing the dickens out of that Rockstar machine. It's just impressive. Look at them all kind of jockey down the backstretch here at Talladega. Sandusky will push Jesse Unruh to the lead. Now what will Sandusky do? He has another one of those JDS drivers out to the outside. That is going to be Douglas Johnson in the 388 machine. Jesse looks like he's in a good spot coming out of turn number 4. He's got Servant all over the back bumper of that machine. At the start-finish line, Jesse Unruh will tack his name onto the leaderboard here tonight of somebody who has led at least one lap tonight. Paul Servant going to take a look to the outside. Is he going to go up top? He's going to go up top. He's going to get back in front of the 19 there of Sandusky and see if he can work back around the 133 of Jesse Unruh. Oh, somebody back there. Who was that? I believe Wayne Finley. There goes a car spinning. It looks like J.D. Crow going to go down to the inside as they're going to wad him up here. The 21 of Daniel Holloway involved in this one, and I believe a couple others. Mark Mann going to come sneaking through there, I believe. Oh boy, the man north of the border, David Gainforth in the Mr. Bubble car. He is wrapped up in this one. So a couple of these guys who have already had to use their quick repair is going to have to go to the bank once again here and see if they're going to find a quick repair left in it. Early stages here, lap number 16. We will throw it back. What happened? Let's go and just take a peek because it all kind of unfolded back here with Gainforth. There you see, Gainforth, and I believe that was the 98 of James Day get taken together. Josh Lansdale also involved in that. A.J. McCarron going to come slowly through that in his Mustang. He doesn't want any piece of it. J.D. Crow, though, you saw him spinning down to the inside with his car. Daniel Holloway, David Pollock also involved in that, so that's unfortunate for David. He's already had to use a quick repair. So did Daniel Holloway. Roy Grande still has a little bit of rear end damage, but that came in the previous incident. So that's going to bring us to our third caution here of the night. Well, with no fans in the stands, race fans, other than the ones tuning in here on YouTube, we appreciate everybody tuning in to watch the NSRA Sunday Select Series this season, presented by People Against Distracted Driving. And right now we're distracted as pit lane is about to be full here. Once again, you're going to have different strategies down pit road. Here comes Paul Servant, Donald Sandusky, and the rest of the gang down pit road. Fuel only for a lot of these drivers who will win the battle off pit road. It looks like it's going to score David Overstreet as the first driver off pit road, but I believe he missed his pit stall as it was really busy down there. So it'll be David Overstreet, Paul Servant, Daniel Sandusky, Douglas Johnson, Jesse Unruh, John Johnson, Michael Whitaker, Les Levy, then Lynn McNeese. Couple drivers electing to stay out here. It's going to be DJ Mitzel taking over the race lead here with that 61 machine. And right behind him, it'll be the man of Todd Poston. Stephen Herman is scored in the third position. And those drivers are all going to stay out here. It looks like Wayne Finley also going to stay out in his machine. He will be scored, I believe, in the fourth position. So 4 guys going to stay out here. And as they stay out, we're going to take a quick commercial break so we can refill the Turn 3 koozie we have here. And we'll be back here from the Talladega Superspeedway. And just like that, race fans, we are back. You just saw that awesome commercial there presented by iRacing.com, your number one simulator here on, well, the internet. And along with the internet, it is everybody tuning in on YouTube here. Once again, we are working lap number 18 under caution here tonight. And yes, moms out there, we do love you. Right now, it is still showing, I believe it's going to show DJ Mitzel in front of the field here. Right now, currently shows Todd Poston, but I believe DJ is trying to save a little bit of fuel. 3, 4, 5 drivers going to stay out here under this yellow flag and not come down pit road as the iRacing pace car lights will go out. So it will be the front row of Poston and Mitzel. Then it's going to be Herman and Finley and Osborne. Those are your 5 drivers who did not come down pit road. They all stay out here and will roll the dice tonight. Paul Servant and Donald Sandusky then will be the first 2 that were down pit road. They are sitting in the 6th and the 7th position. Douglas Johnson is 8th. Jesse Unruh is 9th. And John Johnson, who was your leader just a little while ago, he is running back into the 10th position now. 11th currently is Michael Whitaker, Les Levy, Gary Whitmer Jr., Lynn McNeese, J.R. Johnson rounds out the top 5. Then it's Rick Greenaway. Sean Wilder in the 91, then it's going to be Russell McCarron there in 18th. Pondo Co. back in 19th, and Jerry Goff, who was involved in an accident just a little while ago, he is now running into the 20th position. And yes, all 37 out of the 38 drivers are still here in this race tonight. David Pollock is still currently 1 lap down. It seems like the bad luck award tonight's going to go to that 36. He has been wrapped up in just about every wreck so far, and none of them have been his actual fault here tonight, and it does look like he has finally had to use a quick repair on that Budweiser 36 machine. The only driver out of this event tonight will be Famous Dave in the 44 of David Anderson. So once we take the green flag here, we will work on to lap number 20, and we will see how far. So let's just crumble it up. Take the piece of paper that you were writing all your notes on, race fans. Take it, crumble it up, throw it away. Let's go back, refresh racing here on lap number 20 as the iRacing Slow Mustang going to take the left-hand turn. Green flag will be pending here in about, put about 25 seconds on your clock here, and that's about how long it takes us here at 65 miles an hour to get back through this tri-oval to the green flag start-finish line. And it's a Toyota and a Chevrolet on the front row. Then it's going to be about 4, 5, 6 Chevrolets behind them. Let's wait on the iRacing green flag. There it is. Everybody now will be coming back up through the gears for the first time. Everybody up to speed, coming down towards turn number 1. Leading us into turn number 1 is going to be the 48 of Todd Poston. How long will that driver of the 48, though, be able to stay out front? He has Swervin Herman back there. They are 3 wide, a little bit farther deep in the field. I believe that's Rick Greenaway backing up through the field. He wants to go towards the back of this one. As that is Rick Greenaway just kind of backing up. I believe that's a brand new paint scheme. A lot of these guys towards the back, though, are already single filed out. As it is a brand new paint scheme on Rick Greenaway's car. It's going to be FedEx and the Autism Awareness Machine. And back across the line here to lead us back to green. Todd Poston going to lead another one, but he's got his teammate there. DJ Mitzel on the outside. He's got Herman all over the back bumper of him. 2 by 2 all the way down the backstretch. It looks like currently, I believe that's about your top 25 drivers. Herman has to duck out just a little bit down to that inside lane. That is a good lane right now. Has a lot of good pushers down there. You got Donald Sandusky and you got Jesse Unruh also down there. That inside lane could be strong and furious. Right now, though, that outside lane kind of breaking apart. There goes Sandusky. He's going to jump to the outside. Look at the wild child. 91 of Wilder. He's bringing the 3rd lane to the front. He's got Pondo Co. back there. So they are making it 3 wide. Wayne Finley going to dive to the bottom. Servant going to be in the middle as they're 3 wide right there. Douglas Johnson also involved in that 3 wide battle. John Johnson also pushing on the back bumper of him is up front. Swerman to Herman. is all over the place in that 7-Eleven machine. I think last time I talked to Herman, I think he may still be driving with a non-force feedback wheel here on iRacing. And when we get into the asphalt side of things, that is just absolutely crazy. Caution flag is waving, and I believe Peter Bailey involved in this one. Peter Bailey's wrapped up in this one. Russell Hancock is involved, and Jeffrey Goff is also involved here on lap 22. That's going to bring out another caution flag here tonight. We are going to have to go find this one. Where did that caution actually come out at? What happened? We know Peter Bailey is involved, but where did the accident actually happen? This is the tail end of the lead pack. You see Greenaway. Oh, you see the 32 of Golf go up and spin. Get to the just kind of off center in the middle of the corner. And Jeffrey Golf going to spin around Russell Hancock. Peter Bailey just absolute nowhere to go with that machine. And he's going to get wrapped up in the middle of that one. See if we can go back and find Peter Bailey. See if we can ride on board. I believe we have a nose camera off that car. So it looks like 4 cars wrapped up in that one, and I'm sure that's not what Peter Bailey wanted to see, as he is now going to have to go to the bank and try and deposit that quick repair. As down on pit road, also along with him is going to be the 36 of David Pollock. So Pollock going to have to use a quick repair also, and I believe actually he is already disconnected just like that from the server. So that's unfortunate before the halfway point. David Anderson and David Pollock right now. So David is the unlucky name. I wonder who is Goliath at this point in the night. Got some strategy working out for a lot of these guys. You're going to see a lot of guys come out of pit road there in a hurry. It's going to be a splash and dash here out of pit road for a lot of these drivers. Peter Bailey had to use his quick repair, and it looks like he is rolling. Or he is not moving just yet down pit road. But this is how they look to line up. It's going to be DJ Crow, Josh Lansdale, Joe Sanders. Donald Sandusky will be the first one with some fresh tires, I believe. Nope, just 5 seconds in his box, so it's going to be a splash and go for him. David Booth, David Overstreet, DJ Mitzel, Mark Mann in 8th, Roy Grande in 9th, and Paul Servant will round out the top 10 currently here. Working our 4th yellow of the early stages of the night, closing in on the halfway point here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Well, Peter Bailey, race fans, is working his way back out onto the track with a brand new car. And, well, why don't we just go ahead and see if we can grab the driver of the 603 of Peter Bailey. Bailey, you got a copy. It's Muth up here in the booth.
Sure, how you doing, bud?
Well, we're doing pretty good. The Camry, though, it looks straight now. But coming into pit road there, it didn't look so straight. From your point of view, what happened out there at Talladega tonight?
2 guys got together going into 3 right below me, and they just came up into me. Yeah, it's kind of a weird race. These guys usually race a lot cleaner than this. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a full moon tonight. I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm pretty sure I have boxers on. I don't think it's a full moon just yet.
Well, maybe later then, if you're lucky.
Well, you never know what's going to happen. You know, super speedway racing, Peter. You're a guy. I've seen you out on a number of leagues out there running super speedway, and you find your way to the front one way or another. How hard is it going to be, though, with a lot of the talented drivers out here? Because we could go green from this point to the end. We've seen it numerous times with the NSRA group. How hard will it be to kind of pass a lot of these guys? You know, Gainforth is up there, Daniel Holloway, Russell McCarron, all the way up to Paul Zavon and Mark Mann towards the front of the field. How hard will it be to get back there?
It's very difficult. We got a very talented group of guys here that know how to race, and you really need some luck on your side and to not wreck.
Yeah,
but if it stays, if I'm in the back and it stays green, I don't really think I have much of a chance.
Yeah, you never know. It's kind of like flip a coin when we come to the super speedway races. You know, I did notice, though, Peter, not on a team out here on Sunday night with the NSRA guys. How hard is it to drive without a teammate?
I don't think it's that difficult because really, I mean, once it comes down to the nitty gritty, it's whoever's in front of you or in back of you. That's your teammate. I mean, that's who you're working with. So if the teammates aren't locked up right together, it really makes no difference.
Well, Peter, it sounds like that's pretty good to me. I work with you if you work with me. But hey, good luck the rest of the way. You still got another quick repair left?
Yes, I do.
Well, look at that. Peter Bailey going to have one left in the bank here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But the iRacing Pace Car crew says, hey, let's turn the lights out on the Mustang. Or wait, they might have actually broke on the Mustang. We know how Ford parts are sometimes. I'll let you guys kind of figure that one out in your mind, as there's a Ford on the front row here. Leading us to green, though, it will be J.D. Crow in the 46 machine. Then it's going to be Josh Lansdale on the outside of him. Behind them, it'll be Joe Sanders and Donald Sandusky. David Booth, DJ Anderson, Todd Poston, David Overstreet, Jesse Unruh, and Douglas Johnson rounding out the top 10 here on this restart. Just taking the quick gander through the timing and scoring. 36 drivers on the lead. Lap 36 drivers still locked into their sim rigs here tonight and getting closer to the halfway point. Taking the green flag. It'll be 35 laps to go here. What do you say we go crank it up style here on this restart? Well, just like that, we're back here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Here comes the field. Todd Poston still leading the way. At the front of this one, right with him is still a DJ Mitzel. And behind them, it's Donald Sandusky and Douglas Johnson up at the front. Everybody down the backstretch, a little bit of three wide battling going on just a little bit farther back. That's David Overstreet to the outside and his PADD machine. Coming across the line here, getting closer to that halfway break as they're three wide. Wilder still to the outside, making that top lane work. And who is with him? None other than J.D. Crow. They are bringing the third lane alive here tonight. They made up a lot of ground. Look at Poston now trying to push Sandusky in that middle lane. Bottom lane led by DJ Mitzel. And is that Jesse Unruh back down to the bottom here tonight? That outside lane just deteriorates just a little bit. It's going to be the quick way around. We're going to have to wait to see, as that is Les Levy joining the outside parade. Wilder looks like he is ducking down. He might be caught now in no man's land. They're looking to go 4 wide at the start-finish line. That time by Sandusky, leading. Who is that? Somebody. That's Whitmer Jr. down to the inside. In the grass, he's along for the ride. Oh, Mark Mann is just going to get taken out. Nowhere for Gary Whitmer Jr. to go on that one. Just unfortunate as they pile in, I believe. Paul Servant may be just squeezing through there. Mark Mann was involved in that one. Gary Whitmer Jr., though, nowhere to go. Once he got down there in the grass, down in turn 1 and 2, he was along for the ride. So we will have to back it up here and see at the halfway point what just happened. They were 4 wide. There you see, oh, him and Wilder are going to get together. There goes Whitmer Jr. down through the grass. He's slowing down, just not in time. Mark Mann gets taken along for the ride. David Overstreet. David Gainforth involved in this one. The 27 of Sean Stevenson. He is involved in that. Wayne Finley, I believe, back here in the 43 machine. He was involved in that. So a lot of things just happening there. Let's see, how did Daniel Holloway just get through this mayhem in front of him that takes place? Sees it happening, goes up to the outside lane as far as he can, slows down, and look at that. Holloway is actually going to come through this. No scratches on the Hershey Kiss machine, because I don't believe he has another quick repair left tonight. So a lot of good top front runners going to get wrapped up in this caution at the halfway point here tonight. DJ Mitzel looks like he is about to bring us, though, down pit road. We're at the halfway point, so Mitzel going to bring him down pit road. I'm looking at, what I have written here, and I don't believe from this point anybody is actually going to be able to make it on fuel. DJ Mitzel going to try and come back out here. Him and the 7 there of Sanders almost making contact on pit road. Who's going to win at the battle off pit road? Paul Servant spinning the tires there as he's trying to make his way out. I believe Paul Servant going to get out there in front of DJ Mitzel. Actually, that was Donald Sandusky, so Sandusky will win the battle actually off of pit road. Holloway, Osborne, and Servant will stay out. Well, we told you he'd be from the back to the front here sooner or later in this one, and now Holloway finds himself leading once again at Talladega. Osborne sitting there in the Navy Chevrolet. Paul Servant has his Oreo Ritz machine sitting there in 3rd. Sandusky is 4th. DJ Mitzel running there in his Chevrolet in the 5th position. Slow Poston is running in the 6th spot. Jesse Unruh is 7th. Douglas Johnson runs right behind him in the 8th position in his JDS Motorsports machine. Michael Whitaker in his Heat Wave Design 41 is running in the 9th position. James Day is now currently in the 10th spot. Find your favorite driver. Let's put up that main bar. Find your driver. Where is he running currently out there on track? That's the man we got to thank, though, doing all the work behind the scenes here for the NSRA. That's going to be the 25 of Roy Grande. Tonight, he is the sponsor for this race, and he wants to remind everybody to call their moms, their mothers, and tell them that you love them. We got to thank Roy for all the work, and we got to thank Roy's mom for tuning in out there. It's always good to see moms and dads and brothers and sisters out there in chat, always showing some support. We know there's not a lot of sports to watch currently on TV, so here we are on the YouTube side of things, trying to bring some people a little bit of light, a little bit of relaxing, and trying not to think about what's going on in the world with this pandemic going on. We hope all are well and all are feeling, they're sort of normal standards. We know it's hard times for a lot of people out there, but don't worry, we are all in it together. Just taking a quick look, it looks like this is the only driver currently 1 lap down, and it's probably because he's driving a Ford, but it's going to be none other than David Gainforth, the man north of the border with his Mr. Bubble machine. Ford Mustang has a little bit of damage on the right front of that car. I don't think it's going to hurt him too much. I believe if he stays in the draft with his 101 Ford Mustang, he should be able to pretty much stay with the field. Look at that. A quick yellow here as the iRacing pace car lights are off. Daniel Holloway going to lead us back to green just over the halfway point right now, working lap 28. We'll get 27 laps to go, and it will be at least a 1 pit stop race from this. It might come pretty close for a lot of these drivers. Holloway out front, I believe he might have to pit here with Osborne and Sandusky a little bit sooner than the rest of the field. I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing that really hurts them, or if it's going to help them stay out of things if they can come down pit road before the rest of the group here tonight. See how everything plays out. So 36 drivers left on the track. 35 of them are on the lead lap. The last man on the lead lap, it's Batman. That's Mark Mann. J.D. Crow is also back there. A.J. McCarron, Pondo Co. They're going to start outside the top 30. David Overstreet also one of those drivers that are going to start outside the top 30. Just inside the top 30, sitting in the 25th position, is going to be the 43 of Wayne Finley. Right in front of him, it's going to be the 151 of Rick Greenaway. I had to look for just a second. It's just a brand new paint scheme out there tonight for Rick Greenaway. Wasn't quite sure exactly who we were focused on for a second. Peter Bailey is up to the 23rd position after starting way out towards the tail of that. Brandon Herndon is our 20th place driver currently. Les Levy is running in the 18th spot. Lynn McNeese is 17th. Josh Lansdale is up to the 14th spot. Roy Grande is 13th as the iRacing pace car is down and away. Paul Servant sitting third. Donald Sandusky sitting there in fourth. But it's all about Holloway, who's leading us to the green flag here. It'll be 27 laps to go when we cross the line. Green flag is officially back out. Let's go back to green flag racing here. Everybody coming up, back up through the gearbox, starting in second, hitting third. Everybody looks like they found third gear pretty good. Everybody looks like they've found fourth gear here. So everybody up through the gearbox, and then they're storming down around turns 2 right now. Going to be headed down the backstretch. Look at everybody down the backstretch. Here comes that outside lane. Here comes Osborne. He is being pushed by the 19 there of Sandusky, and they're going to have a freight train speed by the time they get to turn number 3. Whitaker also a little bit farther back in the field. He goes from the inside lane to the outside. How many times have we seen that outside lane tonight get a good run out of turn number 3? A little 3-wide action back towards the back of the field here. And at the line, that outside lane is going to prevail again here at Talladega. The 8 of Osborne going to take the lead. Holloway going to get a really good shove, though, by the 3 of Paul Servant. Don't count anybody out just yet. Right now, Sandusky is the highest runner with a full tank of fuel. That second car to the outside lane. So far, so good here. Back to the green flag racing action. Coming back through the tri-oval here. Coming to try and lead his 4th lap of the night. It will be Daniel Holloway back across the line. That Oreo machine and the Hershey Kiss machine have been locked together and coming to the front since they were wrapped up in that one yellow flag. Look at this. Just taking a peek through the timing and scoring, just sitting down there. Then the 9th place. The 5th car to the inside lane. Driving. The people against distracted driving car. Chevrolet right there. It's going to be the 5 of Gary Whitmer Jr. Remember, Whitmer went through the grass just a little bit ago. And now he's back up inside the top 10. James Day, he was wrapped up in a wreck. He's running in the 14th position. He was up against the wall there just a moment ago. Looks like he's got Russell McCarron right behind him as they come around. They're going to complete another lap here at Talladega tonight. Osborne will lead another one, and he's going to dive to the inside. It's going to leave Sandusky now, the lead car to the outside lane, and he's got Slow, the Turtle Poston, pushing him and hitting it in his NSRA machine. Here comes Holloway. He's going to throw a huge move out of turn number 2. The 21 of Daniel Holloway goes up in front of Donald Sandusky, and now Sandusky's going to push the 21 to the lead. So tonight, Sandusky has been the guy who's been able to push a lot of the drivers around the outside of the lead. When is it going to be Sandusky's turn, though? Yeah, he has led a bunch of laps, but when is somebody going to help Sandusky get the lead and stay in the lead? Right now, currently, Jerry Goff down on pit road. Looks like he's got some service that needs to be done to his 32 machine. So he's going to go a lap down. And at the front of it, it's the Remembering Ryan ZL1 Camaro trying to storm to the front of the field and take control here tonight. A lot of jockeying back around the 20th position as Wilder in his JDS Motorsports machine is battling with Lynn McNeese. There's the 357 of Josh Lansdale also back there. Who's stuck to the outside lane? It's none other than the Ricky Bobby Foundation machine. That's Les Levy. He's into the 15th position. He just got shuffled out, and now he'll have to restart everything he just did. On the back of his 62 machine, it is Ricky Bobby, and he wants to go fast here tonight at Talladega. I can tell you right now, we're just over the halfway point and closing in on just 20 laps to go, and nobody has looked like Jimmy Johnson tonight. I'm sure all you race fans tuning in here tonight know exactly what I mean by that. If they tuned into Fox today and saw Jimmy Johnson in his extremely beautiful sim rig that a lot of these guys are in, they might have about an 8 into their rig like Jimmy Johnson does. And, well, we're just going to stop picking on old 7-time Jimmy Johnson as we got to focus back on the lead here. Dana Osborne is coming around here. Can he lead his 6th lap, or will Sandusky on the outside lane being pushed by Todd Poston beat him to the line? It's going to be heads up at the line. Give it to Osborne. Once again, he will lead here at Talladega. 21 more laps to go here tonight. See everybody trying to jockey for position, peek out of the line just a little bit. Sandusky's going to nose ahead here down the backstretch. Wilder, once again, back to the outside. That wild child will never give up on being wild and going to the 3rd lane here tonight. He's going to get blocked by Whitaker, though. Whitaker's going to go up there. He is going to try and take the 3rd lane. Whitaker drops up top there, and now they're going to go 4 wide through the tri-oval. Poston going to get shuffled, being the odd man out. He was the 3rd car, 2nd car actually in line to the middle lane, and now he is the 4th lane high and going in the wrong direction. The turtle has been flipped, and he is going backwards. That will now put Douglas Johnson on the back bumper here of Donald Sandusky as we work down the backstretch. Oh, coming together with Osborne. They're going to spin it to the inside. Douglas Johnson and Osborne make contact, and they go spinning to the inside. Johnson's going to make hard contact down there to that inside wall with his JDS Motorsports Chevrolet. But we stay green flag racing, and where the heck did Whitaker come from? He jumped up there in front of Wilder. Wilder pushed him to the front. Now here comes Wilder for the first time. Can Wilder put his name in the book here tonight? With 20 laps to go, at the line, it's going to be Wilder's going to lead his first lap of the night as he's having a little bit of connection issues with the iRacing server. You see his JDS Motorsports Ford Mustang smoking around a little bit. That's going to give the inside lane another advantage. Who's leading the outside lane? None other than the 151 of Rick Greenaway. He's probably cracking the top right now as he's ripping the lip here at Talladega. He's got the 61 of DJ Mitzel and the 84 there, old man of Lynn McNeese. And I'm not sure who is that 4th car to the outside lane. Not quite sure. I can't get an exact read on the car. I believe that's J.R. Johnson, as that is J.R. Johnson. He is sitting there in the 20th position at the 3rd lane. They will try and make it back to the front of the field. At the front of the field, though, it is still going to be the 19 of Donald Sandusky leading the field here. He's got the Heat Waves 41 of Michael Whitaker there as everybody, turn to the outside. Hard contact into the outside. Les Levy's going to go around, and it is the big one. Peter Bailey going to sneak through there. Todd Poston is wrapped up in this. The 7-11 machine of Swerman Herman is involved. Rick Greenaway is involved. Jesse Unruh's involved. The 7 of Sanders is involved in this one. The 77 of David Booth also involved in this one. This one's going to take a lot of time to dissect, race fans. We got a junkyard on the backstretch. Calling Dale Jr.'s junkyard. We got plenty of cars coming your way. Let's see what happens here. I believe it all starts right around Rick Greenaway. Oh, there it is. A little contact between him and Jesse. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. Look at everybody. Les Levy getting hammered back there in his machine. Actually, the 77 comes to a complete stop. David Booth, as look at Les Levy. There's not a straight quarter panel left on that machine. We just talked about that 37 of J.R. Johnson. He's also involved in that. It looks like Les Levy's going to crab walk it. Try and get back around pit road here. Let's go over top here. You're going to see it exactly what happens. Rick Greenaway, Jesse Unruh going to come together along with Les Levy. There's the bump. And a lot of net code looking like happening right about there. There you see Russell McCarron involved. There is that spinning 62. Mark Mann going to come through unscathed out of that whole situation. He was a little bit behind the 8-ball when all of it kind of let loose. J.D. Crow also going to come through there. 7 of Joe Sanders, though, not going to be as good as a lot of those guys. A lot of net code just absolutely up there. You just hate it for a lot of those guys. Rick Greenaway is going to scratch the brand new paint on that FedEx Kinko's machine. So a lot of drivers going for wild rides inside. 20 laps to go here. Let's just go ahead and ride on board here. Riding on board for Rick Greenaway. Absolutely just along for the ride. Nothing he was going to do at that point here at Talladega. Not a lot of things a lot of these guys were going to do. J.R. Johnson, we said he's involved in this. So a lot of these guys going to have to reach down deep and see if they have any quick repairs left here at Talladega to see if they can get back in the hunt here. With just 16 laps to go, we're closing in on this, well, I'm going to call it the final race of the off-season. It is an off-season. It's a recruiting race. Posting out there saying, I didn't hit anything for once. Well, for once, the turtle may have made his way through there. Pondo Co. also looks like, I believe, getting through that pretty unscathed. As there you see his 9 machine. What do you say? Let's see if we can find it here real quick. Where is Pondo Co. on the timing and scoring? We're going to have to go back just a little bit farther. This is the replay. Let's see. There it's happening, so we're going to have to go back just a little bit farther. Let's see if we can ride on board with Pondo Co. as this all kind of unfolds. Wow, look at the driving by Pondo, though, or there, as he just kind of hit the brakes, kind of scooted through that, and everything happening around him. It takes a lot of control. There is a little bit of rear end damage on that car. I wonder if that came in that wreck. As you see it all happening back there and unfolding. So that's what unfolds here with 20 laps to go, and at the line here to be 15 laps remaining in this. Where is tonight's big man on campus? Well, gee, I got to find him. Where is tonight's big man on campus? Where is Roy? There he is, 24th position right now, and it looks like he is a perfectly clean car. Now, what do you say, race fans? Let's just see if we can get a word in with the big man on campus. Let's get a word in. Roy Grande, you got a copy. Well, 77 on your number here in TeamSpeak really threw me off, Roy. Not going to lie to you. I was looking for a 25, but we found you nonetheless. How's the race going behind the wheel of that 25 car here tonight?
We're so clunky, just trying to survive.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to come down to something that's going to be more of a battle of nutrition out here tonight. But how does that 25 car feel? Is it able to dance pretty well tonight?
It's handling pretty well, considering it had to take some repairs. So I was actually pretty surprised by that. So we saved a fast repair for the end. Hopefully, we won't need to use it, but I think it can take me to the front if things go right.
Yeah, it's going to be, call it a little bit of a shootout. I believe 13 to go when we go back green flag racing. And you're all the way back in the 24th position. Who do you got behind you that's willing to work with you to go to the front?
Oh, man. I really hope Steven will work with me. I'm not really sure. Haven't really worked with anyone so far. Haven't really had much of a chance to. Just kind of been trying to keep it safe. But, yeah, hopefully Steven and I can hook something up and run to the front.
You got enough fuel packed into that 25 Chevrolet to make it to the end?
Oh, yeah, we're good to go on fuel.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, hey, we got to thank you for everything you do here at the NSRA and, helping out with tonight's race. So thank you for that, and I believe there's somebody out in the YouTube side of things really pulling for you.
Oh, yeah, got to say hi to Mom, man. Hey, Mom, I love you.
There you heard it from the driver of the 25 here tonight. He may be currently sitting back in the 23rd spot, but no matter what, at the end of the night, Roy Grande still loves his mom. And you just heard it from the man. He said it himself, love you, Mom. And you know what we love to see? The iRacing pace car lights go out. That means it'll be 13 laps to go to the end of this one here tonight. Still got a lot of guys out there on the lead lap, looking like 30 drivers on the lead lap here tonight. James Day currently sitting in that 30th position. J.R. Johnson, Russell Hancock, both 1 lap down. Douglas Johnson is 2 laps down along with Wayne Finley. Those drivers are all currently sitting 2 laps down. That's 33rd and 34th. 35th is Les Levy. Then it's going to be Jerry Goff, David Pollock, and David Anderson. All 4 of those drivers are currently out of the race here tonight from the Talladega Superspeedway. Ah, that's what she is. There it is for you. So it's going to be Lansdale, Sandusky, Whitaker, Wilder, Johnson, Hurdon, Holloway, Servant, Osborne, and Mitzel. Your top 10 drivers here once we take the green flag. Well, we do got to thank everybody once again for tuning in here on Sunday night, taking a little bit of time out of your schedule to watch the NSRA. It's the Sunday Select Series. It's the final race here before we kind of kick things off next week when you get K.R. Stolfus behind the controls. And, well, you get to listen to me again next week, race fans. So I hope you enjoy what you have here tonight. I'll be back next week for the season opener with your People Against Distracted Driving, brought to us by the NSRA. Out of turn 4 with the iRacing pace car, looking to head down to pit road here. And there it goes down pit road. That means the green flag is pending here. The 358 Lansdale, the 19 of Sandusky, the 91 of the Wild Child, Sean Wilder. Then it'd be the 41, the Heat Waves design, 41 of Michael Whitaker. Green flag officially back in the air. Trying to get back up to race speed, 200 miles an hour. Probably about a lap and a half away from the 200 miles an hour right now. 160 miles an hour down into turn number 1 as Sandusky is going to take control here. As it looks like Josh Lansdale with that damaged 357 just not able to get up. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. Here comes Wilder. Wilder is in the middle of your screen coming down the backstretch. He's got the 22 of John Johnson pushing him. That outside lane there, though. Servant, Holloway, Mitzel. They're going to wreck. Poston's going to go around. Jesse Unruh's involved. Mark Mann is involved in this one. It all started with Poston about mid-pack going around the 24 of Stacy, still sitting down there in the grass. Not fully up to race speed, and the yellow flag going to fly once again here at Talladega as Poston goes around. Let's throw it back. What happened this time? You're looking at the orange numbers in the middle of your screen. Purple and white orange car, or purple and white with the orange numbers. Gary Whitmer down below. Poston kind of bobbles, maybe just coming down just a smidge. Jesse Unruh involved in this one. Mark Mann also involved in this one. There's Mark Mann with his Batman machine down there in the grass. There you see it. Jesse Unruh going to come off the wall. Oh, Rick Greenaway also involved in that. He does a 360 kickflip, keeps going. So that's what brings out another yellow here tonight. So now things are about to really change here. Will you see anybody come down pit road? Are they worried about maybe a possible green-white checker coming in the late stages of this one? None of your leaders, your top 6, 7, 8, 9. Nobody in the top 10 going to come down. A couple drivers towards, I'll call them about mid-pack. They will come down. Joe Saunders will lead them down pit road. They see a lot of cars. Jesse Unruh is down on pit road. Les Levy is officially retired from the race here tonight. All race fans, once again, we got to thank you for tuning in on Sunday night. Closing in ever so slowly on this. The finish of the final off-season race. And it is Donald Sandusky who's going to stay out here under this yellow flag. He doesn't need no tires. He doesn't need no gas. Getting a wave around here. Looks like it's going to be, is that the 388? Nope. That is not the 388. That's going to be the 343. That'll be Russell Hancock. He'll take his car back onto the lead lap officially. So as he comes back around here, let's take a quick break here, race fans, and we'll be back before the drop of this green flag to bring you the final 10 laps here from the Talladega Superspeedway.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And we're back live here from the Talladega Superspeedway with the NSRA, tonight brought to us by Roy Grande, who loves his mom, just like all of you should, and we do got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. It is 9 laps to go, and it is Donald Sandusky, Michael Whitaker, Brandon Hurdon, Paul Servant. Well, it's Servant, then Hurdon. Then it's going to be the Hershey Kiss machine of Daniel Holloway, DJ Mitzel. Then it's going to be the Wild Child sitting there in the 8th position. And then it's John Johnson. Dana Osborne and Pondo Co. will round out the top 10 here. We're going to go back green flag racing with 8 laps to go. That means there's not going to be a lot of time for a lot of these drivers to start to make their way from the back to the front. Could we see a possible Dale Earnhardt move? Yeah, that's right. Remember the last time Dale Earnhardt raced at Talladega, he was sitting back there outside the top 10. I believe it was right around the 15th position, and he worked his way all the way back to the front of the field to win it. That's when men were men, and they had to manhandle the car. Tonight, everybody's sitting comfortably inside their sim rigs, inside their houses with their beverages. Well, I know Todd Poston's out there drinking out of the Muth koozie that he got sent, or cozy as our Canadian friend would have told us. But we hope he is not distracted out there. This year's sponsor for the NSRA will be People Against Distracted Driving. Let's see which one of these drivers don't get distracted here on this final restart, and which one can come across the line first. Looking currently like 26 drivers are still here on this lead lap. The last car on the lead lap will be Russell Hancock. And I did hear over the comms that he is looking for Todd Poston after the race. See how that will work out here. But the iRacing pace car is officially down and off the track, which means we're going to go green flag racing for the shootout. 8 laps, put it on the board when the green flag comes out here tonight. That is how many times we're going to go around this 2.65-mile track as the green flag is back in the air once again. As everybody comes back up through the 4 speeds. That was the 8 of Osborne. You saw him move from the outside down to the inside. He's going to get linked up. Oh, he tries to throw the little bit of a block on Pondo Ko. Ko's going to go right around him on the inside. And that is Stevenson back there in the key Realtree. 27 Chevrolet. Down the backstretch, though, out front, look at Servant. He came from the bottom lane up to the top side and now is going to battle for the lead down into turn number 3. Here they come with its side-by-side action. It is Chevrolets at the front 4 spots right now as they come off turn number 4. Sandusky, Servant, Holloway, and Whitaker right now are your top 4 spots as they will come back across the line here. They will see 7 laps to go here. And just peeking, it looks like 20 cars in this lead draft. A couple guys towards the back of the lead draft have kind of maybe have some damage as they have not been able to keep pace with this front group tonight. Peter Bailey, we talked to Bailey just a little while ago in the 603 machine. He is back up to the 12th position. He is in this front pack. You see the black car right about there, right in front of the 42 there of 46 of JD Crow. See how far Peter Bailey will be able to work back to the front of the field here tonight. Coming back around here to complete another 2.6 mile lap here tonight. As caution flag gonna wave somebody up into the wall. Looks like that was the 8 of Osborne as his Navy machine is down now on the apron here tonight. A couple more guys wrapped up in this. Looks like Hancock is involved. David Booth is involved. I believe, is that the 7? Joe Sanders involved in this one. I think A.J. McCarron also wrapped up in this caution flag. So things have gone awry here. Pondo Ko is involved. Rick Greenaway also involved in this one. So a big accident coming to get 6 laps to go here at Talladega. Where did it all go wrong for these guys? Let's throw it back. It's a little bit farther back than you want, but it's going to tell us everything that just happened over top. Watching it here from the blimp camera as they came down into turn number 4. Coming through the tri-walls when this is all going to happen. You're looking for the 5th car to the outside lane. 4th and 5th car. Pondo Ko, and then the 8 there of Osborne. Oh, it looks like Pondo leaves that inside lane open. John Johnson also involved in that. A couple guys coming through the back here. They get slowed up. Mark Mann going to have to take evasive action. Oh, there you see what happened to the 343 there of Hancock. He tried to stop and then just kind of got her out of shape. It's right on board here with Pondo. I'm sure that's not how Pondo Ko drew that one up. Unfortunate for him. It looks like a lot of smoke out the back of that machine. Also, the 22 of John Johnson was involved in that. You see him drive away with his green machine. A lot of smoke bellowing out of the back of that 22. A lot of those guys were up inside the top 10 with a possible chance to win it here tonight. Now they're going to have to see if they have a quick repair left. It's been a little bit of a rough one here from the Talladega Super Speedway for a lot of these guys here tonight. And maybe they're getting a little stir crazy inside the house, and they know that it's coming down to the end of things, and they could possibly win one final time. Tonight's win, though, is just a little bit for pride, and not much on the line. Have to see how everything shakes out at the end of this one. I do see somebody officially out there that can't run away from me. We'll see if we can talk to him in just a moment. Currently riding around with a tore-up race car. We'll see if he's going to bring her down pit road. I believe they're on the backstretch here. So let's see if we can just get a word in with Pondo Co. here. Pondo, you got a copy. It's Muth up here in the booth.
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, I know. It just seems to be the way of the night. Everybody here, his user has been moved, and instantly they're like, here comes Muth again, yapping in my ear. Well, Pondo, you've been pretty lucky all night long. We saw you, kind of squeeze your way through one of those wrecks early on, but it looks like this time you just weren't going to be able to avoid that one.
No, it was just a chain of events earlier in the race, and you know how it goes in restrictor plate racing. Well, I guess you can't call it that anymore, but Super Speedway Series racing, and got a good group of guys. Everybody's pumped up. Everybody was pumped up from seeing the day's events on Fox Sports with the real guys. So I know everybody's real pumped up to get out here, but it's been hard to settle into like a rhythm and have some green flag pit stops, obviously, because we really haven't had those. And that last little instance there, it was. There's just nowhere to go, and people peeking their nose in, and that's what happens.
Yeah, Super Speedway racing sure is. You might as well just flip a coin and see what side it lands on. Either they're going to go really bad or they're going to go really good. Tonight, unfortunately, here at the end of this one, I don't believe that car is going to be a contender anymore at this point.
No, I mean I got some good little air coming through this one part that's open. It might do good in the air if we could fly with some helicopter wings and shit, but it ain't gonna happen on the racetrack. So here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Well, Pondo, hey, it may not be the night that you and the group were looking for this 9 car, but hey, all in all, are you ready for the season coming up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. You guys are coming on as the broadcasting affiliate, and everybody's excited about it, and I know I am, and hopefully I get a chance to talk to you in better circumstances.
Well, hopefully next Monday night, Pondo has a better chance at winning than he's going to have here tonight, so we got to thank the 9 for at least being cheerful about it. You really, with that much damage and towards the end of the race, sometimes you got guys who just really aren't willing to talk to you. I mean, it's sort of like try to talk to Tony Stewart one time after he doesn't get his way about something. And, I've met Tony Stewart a handful of times, and Tony is actually a very nice guy. Until Tony doesn't get his way. If Tony doesn't win, it's different. But we all know the feeling. We're all competitors. We're all kind of high-strung. The testosterone kind of flying around about my sim rig is faster than your sim rig. Well, Pondo didn't have that right there. So hats off to Pondo is, being cheerful and delighted here. So we will get a green-white checker finish. We will go into the bank. We do have 2 of those if we were to need them. On the front row here, I believe it's going to show us Paul Servant and Donald Sandusky. So they're sitting in the catbird seats right now, and behind them it'll be Michael Whitaker and Daniel Holloway. Then it'd be the one, I believe that's the 131. Is that Brandon Hurdon in his hog heaven machine. The Wild Child sitting there in the 6th position. Then it's going to be Stevenson, Mitzel, Russell McCarron, Lynn McNeese rounding out the top 10. The iRacing pace car lights are still on here. So we will go around another time. I was going to see if we could find Rick Greenaway in the 151, but I don't see Rick still left here. It looks like he has disconnected from the server, so he is officially done here for tonight. Well, how about we just do this? Haven't heard of this man, haven't ever talked to this man. Let's see if we can just dial up the man who's sitting in the 7th position currently. See if we can talk to Sean Stevenson. Sean, you got a copy in the key roll-free machine?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Sean, it looks like no teammates I can say for you out there, and a little bit of damage on the nose of that car. Who do you got working with you, and will that car be able to pull the train to the win here tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm just working with anybody and everybody, no teammates, just riding around.
Just riding around. We've heard a lot of guys tonight say they don't really have too many teammates or any teammates at all. Does it make it hard coming into races like this where the NSRA Super Speedway Series, you kind of got to find a partner at some point?
Yeah, you just work with different teams, you know who they are, and work with them and just try to pick your way through the field.
So picking your way through the field. You only need a handful of positions. I'm going to be pulling for you.
I appreciate it.
Well, Sean, good luck out there the rest of the way tonight.
Thank you.
So Sean Stevenson in the 27 key Realtree car. Going to start in the 7th position here on this restart, and he's willing to work with anybody. The question is anybody willing to work with him? We should see the 1-to-go marker this time by Paul Servant and Donald Sandusky still out front here. Whitaker just going to line up behind them. 5th will be that Razorbacks 131 machine. As there it is, officially the lights go out on the pace car. 25 drivers will have a chance to win this one here on this green-white checker. The question being, will we be able to get around this 2.6-mile track to take the white flag before some of that super speedway chaos kind of occurs? If we take the white flag, we will end it under green. If we don't get back to the white flag in time, that means we're going to give it one more shot with another green-white checker. Let's see if these boys can finish her off here in just one overtime. We're going to go one lap past the scheduled distance here tonight. Scheduled distance was 60 laps. That was 162 miles of racing tonight. Why not tack on just about 2.65 extra miles? So you got to go one more mile. And remember, these guys all pitted, a lot of these guys about 15, 16 laps ago, and we calculate out a green flag run right around that period, about 15 to 16 laps. So who actually has enough fuel in the tank to make it the rest of the way? Does Paul Servant have enough, or Donald Sandusky? Maybe somebody who's running a little bit further back will be able to come up here and sneak one out. Peter Bailey's going to restart, I believe, right around the 13th position. And he came down pit road. He has enough to go. If we don't make it in this scheduled time, he's going to have enough time to come down pit road and put some more. Or he won't have to come down pit road to put fuel in like a lot of these other guys might have to. Of course, he's hoping just like the rest of us that we can finish this one off under the green flag circumstances. And we thank everybody for still sticking around with us here on Sunday night to watch the NSRA People Against Distracted Driving. And brought to us tonight by Roy Grande, who reminds you to call your mother and tell her you love her. iRacing pace car down and away off the racing surface once again. So we're going to go drop the green flag here once again. 25 drivers on the lead lap. Not all of them with good, clean cars, but I believe at this point in this race, it doesn't matter if you got a front nose on the car, you might still be able to win it. Green flag is officially back in the air here tonight. Let's go overtime racing. Everybody looks like they're pretty well off here, coming up through the gearboxes into turn number 1. Servant and Sandusky still leading the charges. Question being, can we come back around here, take the white flag before the chaos kind of occurs? Down the backstretch they go. It's still heads up for the lead. Do you got the 19 Chevrolet to the outside, the Remembering Ryan machine? Or is it the Oreo machine down to the inside? Where is Wilder going to go? He is peeking around back there in the 91. Out of 4 we come. There's only 2 dancers down to the inside. Everybody goes to that middle lane. Through the tri-oval. Coming to take the white flag. White flag officially in the air here tonight. We will go one more lap around the Talladega Superspeedway. 2.65 more miles of racing as they barrel down into turn number 1. Michael Whitaker in the Heat Wave Chevrolet has the lead. Here comes the wild child. He's going to look to the outside. He's going to get the 21 of Holloway to go out there. Sandusky stuck in the middle. Paul Servant going to go to the middle now. So it's going to put the 41 of Whitaker down to the inside with Brandon Herndon. Then it's going to be the 3 of Paul Servant getting a push by the 19. Donald Sandusky with a shot coming out of turn 4 for the final time here tonight. It's still the Heat Waves car to the inside. They're going to wreck it through the tri-oval. It's going to be heads up. Who's going to win? Paul Servant's going to come across the line first as Todd Poston's doing his best turtle impression, spinning it around. It's going to be Servant. Whitaker, Sandusky, and a junkyard coming across the start-finish line. J.D. Crow is scored in the 4th position. Daniel Holloway is shown 5th. DJ Mitzel in 6th. Brandon Hurdon there in the 7th position. 8th is Lynn McNeese with Russell McCarron in 9th. And Todd Poston's going to come across the timing and scoring line on his lid. Oh boy, oh boy. What a finish here from the Talladega Superspeedway for the NSRA boys. It was the final recruiting race, and Paul Servant's going to get the bragging rights here tonight. As a lot of guys unable to make it back through here. Michael Whitaker not going to make it back to the line, so his Heat Waves machine is over with tonight. But this is your winner, the number 3 of Paul Servant. He's going to go out here. He's going to do a little bit of celebrating for us, race fans. We'll watch him celebrate it. We're going to our post-race show here tonight, brought to us by Roy Grande. Welcome back here to the Talladega Superspeedway, race fans. 61 laps needed to be completed tonight for us to find a winner in the NSRA, race to tell your mother that you love her tonight. And we have caught up with that man who loves his mom and who is in victory lane, and it's none other than the Oreo number 3, Paul Servant. Paul, that race tonight was absolutely crazy and on the rails all night long.
Yes, yeah, it definitely crazy, but I still have my 2 quick fixes, so I'm just glad I made it through it all that.
Yeah, a lot of the night, though, you spent towards the front of the field, only able to lead 9 laps. You didn't lead the most laps, but you led a lot of them here. Was that your whole strategy coming into this race, was to stay out front as much as you could?
Well, not really up front, just try to stay in the top 5, top 10, and avoid all the wrecking going on in the back. And I fell to the back, maybe middle race, to go and pick up my teammates, and another yellow came out, and we stayed out and got our position back and stayed up there after that, and just had a great race with Michael and Donald all night. So it was fun.
Yeah, a lot of these guys here in the NSRA, it's pretty hard to sneak out one of these wins. Is this win here in the off season gonna be able to carry over to the regular season coming next week?
Well, I would have rather winning, an official season race, but I've been fortunate enough to be running pretty good season after season, and so we'll just try and hold momentum that we've already been having. So we'll see. You never know on these races. You never know how it's going to go.
Yeah, you never know. Well, Paul, congratulations on winning this race. Is there anybody you got to give any shout-outs to as we roll the red carpet out for you and hand you the microphone here tonight?
I got to thank Mike and Donald for the great racing tonight. We fight hard during the season and stuff, and we don't really we haven't really mixed it up last season, and it was fun to mix it up with different guys tonight. Definitely fun for my on my part, and I don't a little lost for words here.
Hey, well, either way, congratulations tonight on your victory. Coming home, P number 1 out of the 38 drivers here tonight was Paul Servant, and well, he's going to take that momentum and try to roll it into the season coming up next week. We also have caught up with our second place finisher, actually, and that's the man driving out of the Heat Waves Designs camp. That Chevy ZL1 driven tonight by Michael Whitaker. Mike, tonight it was kind of an up and down night. You started mid-pack and then kind of had to work your way through all those wrecks.
Yeah, I'm not a real strong qualifier, but I always seem to find my way around to the front by the end of the race. It was definitely a challenge with all the pacing going on, and a lot of the other guys had different pit strategies of staying out and moving to the front, and it worked out for them because there was a lot of cautions. But it was a fun race overall.
Yeah, it seems like anytime we kind of strap into our sim rigs here and head to Talladega or Daytona even, the races are fun. How much fun was it exactly, though, behind the wheel, working that strategy through the middle of the field?
Oh, it was a blast, especially coming to the end with the green-white checkered. Those are always a fun shootout, and a really strong strategy game plays in. Racing with Paul and Herndon and Sandusky and Holloway and all those guys up in the front, it always puts you to your test.
Yeah, it's a very strong field out here on Sunday nights with the NSRA Sunday Select Series. But, Mike, how about heading into this new season? It's going to be a brand new season. All the slates have been wiped clean. What are your odds? What are the chances that you're going to park this Heat Waves design machine in victory lane in this upcoming season?
As a racer, everybody would like to think they got a shot, but it's a strong field, and I just, hope me and my team can get together and get us some wins for the year.
Well, that's coming up next week, but we're not even to next week just yet. But before we get to next week, Mike, who do you got to thank for parking your Heat Waves design Chevrolet here on the podium, P number 2?
Oh, that's going to be Heat Waves Design, Cameron Kobe, MAGA Motorsports for bringing me on this year and racing with them, and Pad, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the Heat Waves Design Chevrolet. It's going to be the 41 of Michael Whitaker coming home in the second position. He had to start a little deeper in the field, but he works his way up to a second place finish, so congratulations to him and that whole team. Third place here tonight is going to go to the 19 of Donald Sandusky. We don't have Donald, I believe, here in chat able to talk to us, but congratulations to the 19 of Donald Sandusky. He did lead the most laps here tonight at the Talladega Super Speedway, but he didn't lead the lap that counted, and that was the last lap. Your last lap was led by Paul Servant. You heard from that man behind that Chevrolet Oreos Ritz machine. So congratulations once again to him. Maybe he can carry that strategy over into next week when we head to the high banks. Once again, they'll be driving at the super speedways. I believe it's Daytona to start the year for the NSRA. People Against Distracted Driving Sunday Select Series. You can catch all that action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But that's going to about do things here tonight from the Talladega Super Speedway. Tonight's race was brought to us by Roy Grande, who reminds you to call your mother and tell her you love her. So to all the moms out there, we do love you. And Mom, if you're tuning in yourself, that's right, even Muth up here in the booth loves his own mother. But hey, thanks for tuning in, race fans. You can catch all the NSRA racing this season live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. KR Stolfa is going to be on the call alongside myself, Muth, here in the booth. We'll catch you next Sunday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network.